Hello, Teaquilters. I don't have my mic in, so let me get the mic on and in. So we can do that. I think it's on this side. All right. Everything stay. How is everybody today? Move this before we make a mess. Let's see who's in the chat today. We've got Sue GSD. Says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. 297 days until the grand opening of Teaquilts Retreat 2026. See y'all there. Liz Wilson is here. She just popped in early. Didn't want to miss the start time. Darcy Savali is here reminding you all to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Also check out the Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you answer those 4 questions. Sometimes you may have to go out and then come back in, and then it'll pop up the 4 questions. If you don't answer those, it will not be approved. So make sure you answer those. Janice Miller is here. Betsy Layton, Sheila Willis, Jan F, Remo JS. Also reminding you all to hit that thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button for me. It really helps the channel. Vivian Calvi is here. Suzette Peterkin Denton is here. I put something in the mail for you today. Phyllis G is here. Judy Smith, Brenda Perkins, Carissa Renninger, Kevin the Quilter. Talking about evening from the Teaquilts LLC sweatshop. Shut up. Celeste is here. T90 Edwards, Francis Jackson. Let's celebrate the end of sewing month from Remo. Bonita Nance is here working on a community quilt for my Charlotte Modern Quilt Guild. T, did you get my reply to your text? Yes, I did respond. You know, they've updated Yahoo, so I'm hoping that some of the problems that I'm having will go away. I noticed that it changed either yesterday or today when I logged in. I can't remember which day because my eyes are running into each other. Holly Duvall is here. Clovis Gardner. Michelle the Quilter. Emily Zahoot. And Emily, are you? Wait a minute. No, that's not her. About to get my people mixed up. She says good morning. She's somewhere else. She's not in the USA. I forget about that. See who else is in here. C Joy Creations. You're welcome, Suzette. Vanessa Brown is here. Claudette Hall. I'm packing for a trip to go to Sewing and Quilting Expo in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So that's cool. Have loads and loads of fun, Claudette. My brother is here. And people are saying their rent's paid. So thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. Sharon Lewis is here. Who else? Yeah, so I think that's it for right now. More people will be coming in as the notifications go out. I just have a few things. What I'm doing today is, as you all know, I'm making this in the hoop embroidery project. It's made in 2 parts, and I am working on the second part. All of these here, plus 2 other ones that I'm not showing you, have been done because I'm going to keep one of the cardinals so I can show it. Ray, didn't I make you a cardinal one of these? And I think people wanted to buy it. So I made a lot of cardinals, 2, 4, 6. So I'll have 7 of them for sale. And then I had some of the Tula scraps on my board. So I went and made like some of the things from the Tula scraps for the outsides. And of course, when it's finished and folded, it'll look like that. I hit my mic, sorry. And then the back will also be pieced. So I didn't do a lot of piecing. This orange butterfly print, I thought that was a pretty color. So I ended up using that in all of the wallets. And then I used mostly this and this for the pockets, but if I ran out, then I substituted something else. So I'm trying to make these without touching a whole lot of fabric. I'm trying to show you, whoops, I got one ready to be sewn in the hoop over there. So this is just another one that's just triangular pieces going the opposite direction. This is one where I ran out of the blue fabric, so I had to substitute something else. So that's one. And they are not in any kind of order. Then the same inside on that, but then I've got this. When I was piecing one of my blocks for my Happy Place quilt, I had to make some big triangles. And so I had these left, so I used those to start and thought this was really pretty. So that's that one. That's 2, right? I showed you, oh, the ones in the hoop. I'm trying to figure out why my numbers aren't matching. And then this is the other one where this will be the back side and then this will be the front of the wallet. And the one that I put aside, oh, it's down here. Oh, you can't see it because it needs to be trimmed. I had 3 flying geese left from making the quilt shop, and so then I used those 3 flying geese, just sewed them in a row, and I got those on the back. So I'm going to keep that one. I try to keep stuff, so I remember I told you this one I had kept, and then I made the first one of the baseball one, and the zipper was the other way, which it really doesn't matter overall. But I didn't want to keep this one as my prototype because the zipper is the wrong way, because I'll do it again the next time I do it. I probably have made, I gave everyone in my family one of these, plus myself, made a couple for some people were having birthdays or did something special. I did a couple for that. So I probably have made probably 30 or more of these wallets at this point. So yeah, I make a lot of these. So I definitely have gotten my money's worth out of this pattern. Sharon says she's going to the Fredericksburg show on Saturday, talking to Claudette. Minnie Doula's here. Welcome to the chat. What else am I trying to read? Cynthia Shade. I think I said that. I can't remember now. Oh my goodness, there's so much going on. Michelle says they're so colorful. Yes, I do like, you know, I used whatever scraps I had on the outside, but I wanted to make sure that, you know, I used some of the pretty fabrics on the inside as well. So, and on the inside pocket, there's another piece of fabric. There is 6 pieces of fabric. If you don't do the stripe, it's called the stripe wallet because you do like 6, I think it's 6 or 7 strips in place of the fronts that I've shown you that are pieced. But I make mine ahead of time so I don't have to do all of those steps in the hoop, and then it's just easier for me to put them together. But it also has a piece of fabric on the inside pocket as well, so that you don't see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cover is 6 if you don't 6 pieces of fabric if you don't stripe the front. If you stripe the front, you're going to be using more fabric. But I would stripe, the ones I have done, I've done them on my regular sewing machine because I don't want to go through all those steps on the embroidery machine. I just want it to do construction for me. Diane McCoy is here. Remo again reminding you all to hit the thumbs up button. Shelly S5 is here as well. Deborah Holloway came in. Hey, Deborah. Joy Sterling. And yeah. I do have, one thing I do have is that she's not in here now, but Lana, maybe she'll watch the upload. She wanted the Maryland pattern. I did get the Maryland pattern. As I thought, they do not have city patterns. They don't have any city patterns. So there is no Baltimore, but I did get your Maryland pattern. I've forgotten for a whole week to tell you that it's here, but it's here. And then I talked about that. Oh, today I got books, some of my books. I still don't have my whole order of books, but I did get some books in today. So I'm going to, because I got Quilt Show this week. And so I will be working with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably package up some books for the people that are local that are going to be at the show so that I can get them their books, because they're getting antsy and I'm getting phone calls. And that's because the documentary viewing, the trailer viewing, and Meet the Quilters, we've had 3 of those here local now. And Left Bank Books and Jackman's had books. And they got their books because they weren't ordered via the publisher ordered mine. I don't know who ordered theirs, but they had books. And so now people are wanting their books. So I do have books, and I will start getting them out next week, hopefully, after the quilt show. I do have to go help take down the demo at the Sheffield Library for this same project. Our quilts are coming down. I got, I think, 1, 2, 2. I got 2 quilts, and then I have a scrap queen thing that I made, and I've shown pictures on Facebook, but that's the only thing that's new. So when I get my items back next Monday, on the next Wednesday, I'll try to keep it out so that I can show you all, because they've been folded on board. I don't know what you call that when you fold fabric onto boards, but it's been done like that. So I will show you all my scrap queen up close and personal. At least that's something that can be shown here. So I have one question. When you sign books, you're supposed to sign on the title page, which would be this page. This book is a little different in that all of us have a chapter. So do you want me, I want to see what the consensus is for signing this book on the title page, or should I sign it on my chapter page? I am actually on chapter number 1. So in the comment section, whether you got a book or not, tell me, would you rather have me sign it where my name is, or would you rather have me sign it on the title page as you're supposed to do? So let me know that. Hi Tracy Middlebrook, welcome to the chat. Linda says, were you able to attain the state of New York? For some reason I didn't have it. I didn't think I received an email about it. I don't know. I've been having issues sending and receiving emails like 2 months ago. It's gotten a little better, but now they've changed it again, and I'm not sure what's happening again. So if I missed it, I'm sorry. I can order it for you. Just please, everybody that needs something, try to send me an email, please, because I have a lot going on, and I'm not going to remember much. I can tell you that right now. Hey, Peggy O'Connor, welcome. See you Friday at Quilt Show Setup. I'll be, woo-wee, these days are going fast. Bonita says sign at chapter 1. Sue says whatever is easiest. Sign on the T page. Sign on T page, on T page, on T page. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure before I had started signing. You guys, I will follow whatever you all say. Because the people that don't listen, they don't know what's going on, and I ain't got time to ask them anyway. I had been signing other people's books on my page because when we've been together, all of us have been together, so everybody kind of signed on the same page. So I just wanted to make sure. And Sharon says, see, per tradition on the title page. And see, now the title pages are coming in. See? Okay, this is what I'll do. For my YouTubers, I will sign on the title. I'll sign everybody's books on the title page like it should be, because that's where you're supposed to sign. And then for my Teaquilters, I will put I'll just put T of Teaquilts on my page, on the actual chapter 1 maybe, because now the title pages are coming in. Hi, Zandra. Welcome to the chat. Okay. So it's kind of like half and half now. That changed up quick, didn't it? Hi, Delia Castro Short. Welcome to the chat. I hope I didn't miss anybody else trying to read the suggestions. I don't even wear red lipstick, Kevin. I wear more neutral lipstick, so you definitely not getting red. So yeah, so that's the announcements that I needed to make. I just wanted to make sure that I got information out. If I haven't answered a question somebody sent me, you can definitely ask me here. Again, Linda Williams, I apologize for not ordering that. I actually ordered directly from the designer because I ordered a lot of African map patterns. I can't seem to keep them in stock, so I ended up ordering a lot more of those so that I would have them. And what I'm currently doing, if you all don't know, my local quilt guild, my large guild, is having a quilt show this weekend. I am the quilt show chairperson, which means I'm in charge of a lot and got a lot of duties. I do have people that are working on subcommittees that are helping out, thank goodness. Peggy is also helping me as the chairperson. She took some of my tasks, so that's pretty good. And Peggy, I do need to know, do you have a marker? I can bring a marker if we need to write names on the envelopes. I did finally get a box from Jeff. I have to see what's in that box. But I did finally get a box. But we probably need to get a guild list, and then we can start membership list. And then we need to start, or I can call Jane too and get a list from her of all the people that have submitted something. I need a list of something so we can know what names to put on these folders. So I will get with you on that. So you might want to come early if you're available. Helena Carter is here. Hi, Helena. Welcome to the chat. Our cell lady Linda is here. Okay. Okay, Peggy, I see your response. Yes, because I just not thought about that. It's like she got the envelopes and the paper for us to return quilts, but we got to get names on those envelopes too. And she can bring a Sharpie. Okay, yeah, because we just want something that's going to be, that we can read from the floor, standing up, because all of this is going to be on the floor. So, yeah, cool. I think that's it. I don't know what else I was gonna say. Let me go ahead and let me see there. put this down and let this thing start sewing for a minute. Uh-oh, it unthreaded. Did it unthread? Yeah. No, I don't know. Let me see. I got to get the needle up. Yep, it's unthreaded. Is it unthreaded? No, yes, 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 no. I hit the wrong button. Instead of hitting start, I hit the threader button, and so it was trying to thread it when it was already threaded, so it unthreaded. So we'll fix that. I've got this. Should stitch pretty good, hopefully. I got it pinned. So I have 4 more of these that I need to put the inside to the outside, and then we can start. Oh my goodness. I can start closing these up. And what I do is I haven't pressed them or anything, but once I flip them, I just put clips on them just to help keep the inside closed. So when I do press them, it's not getting pressed all out of the way. It'll be pressed exactly where it needs to go. So everything's already done for that. So, and then I'm just going to close them with some stitch witchery, which I need to get out. And then put a snap. I need to do snaps. So if I get the stitch witchery part done, if I get them pressed in the stitch witchery part, then I can actually do the snaps at the quilt show if I need to. So that's what I'm currently working on, is my booth. Today, I hope that I have finished everything that I can do for the quilt show. I've done a lot and in the past couple of days, so I'm hoping that everything that I can do for the quilt show is done. I'm hoping it's probably going to be something else that popped up, but I went and checked my to-do list, and all I had on there was names on a folder, which we can figure that out. I mean, even if we have to pull other people at the quilt show, we can get names on folders. So let's see. I am trying to work on items that are going into my booth, and Kevin is also helping with that. That's why he's complaining about working in the sweatshop. He needs to quit. And he come on here complaining, y'all, but he volunteered. I just want y'all to know he volunteered. So I cut some fabric. It's like whenever I'm selling fabric, I have to like check it myself before I give it out, because there are so many things, so many variables. Like, do I really like it? You know, I can't just like give the fabric. And sometimes I buy fabric with a purpose, and so I need a particular amount. Like if I buy fabric for a border, I tend to like 3 yards of fabric for my border, because I like lengthwise borders on bed quilts. And then I'll cut my borders first and then use the rest of it in the quilt. So I tend to like 3 yards for that. I don't do that with every fabric, but I had to make sure that I didn't have that fabric allocated towards something else. Like some fabrics I had bought because I want to make some clothing eventually. And so I had to make sure that I had what I needed for that. So it's a little bit, I have to go through it. So as I was going through it, I was also cutting fabric, and he doesn't know what to do with it. I know what to do with it because I'm used to doing it. So I had to make 2 separate piles for him, yardage cuts, fat quarter cuts, so I can make more fat quarter bundles. So that's kind of what Kevin is doing. And then I'm going through now trying to get these done, these wallets, or as done as I need them to be at home. And then I need to start figuring out what I'm going to sell at the show, and making sure that I either have a price list or start pricing some items, except that I don't know what I did with my pricing gun. But I have to find that. So that's a whole nother issue. But if nothing else, I can make a price list, and that will work too. It's not going to be, well, it could be a lot of things depending on how much I bring. I got the calendars. One is 20, I think. One is 18. So I got those. And then I might do strip sticks. And of course, patterns. I'll have patterns. And I'll probably take the wood tools that you use for pressing. These sets right here. I'll take these too. So I got certain things that I will be taking. Okay. All right. I just got a string here. Need to cut that. All right, so I'm gonna put the front to the back. And hi, Damali J. Welcome to the chat, lady. Let's see, Dee Branson came in. I'm laughing at Peggy now. Talking about she trying to get an assistant t-shirt. That is too funny. That's Flower Valley Quilt Guild, not Teaquilts, Peggy. She already got a Subscriber of the Year award, so I don't even know what she's talking about. It's not like she doesn't have anything. She is too funny. I'm trying to get an assistant t-shirt. Oh, that is too funny. Uh-oh. I got out of the live chat. I'm probably going to have to go back and say all messages again. Yep. Woo-wee, boy. Peggy got me laughing over here. Hit the wrong button. Oh, my God. Okay, so she'll be there at 4 o'clock to hang curtains. Okay. So, yeah. Do you all know that, well, in the St. Louis area, everything's a ripoff right now. They wanted $10 per curtain, and we need 2 curtains in each spot. So that's $20 a space to rent curtains for another, I think they were $7 per curtain. We could buy our own curtains and never have to rent again. So we ended up spending the extra $150. And then I had a coupon and got 1 set off too. But yeah. I'm poking through the holes where they match up so I can line them up. I want to make sure. So we don't ever have to pay for those again. So the next quilt show, we're actually going to be saving money because, why did I pull that out? I didn't move it, but I want to make sure my stuff's lined up right. I put 1 pin in and took out two holding pins instead of just 1. All right. So, I need a piece of tape to cover. Oh gosh, this right here. This is the part where it's so thick, and I don't have a way of, I don't think on the Elissimo of raising the presser foot height. I've tried looking for that, but I don't see it. So yeah, I'm just stitching. It sounds really bad on that side where it's a lot of layers where the pockets are, and then when it comes down, it's not as bad. It's not as bad on the other side. It's my cup. And then if you want, it has a second stitching for you to stitch it again, which I do because we don't want our stuff coming apart. And plus, I'm stitching with rayon thread, so it makes a big difference. I'll stitch it twice. Darcy's reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Shelly Sews is here, says she paid her rent on the way in. Thank you so much. Paula S is here as well. So that's it, I think. I think that's it in the chat for right now. And then that's all the stitching I have to do. I should have timed that. I did not. I think it was like 10 minutes to do the other one. Whoops. I gotta get my needle out of there. And then it just needs to be squared up and flipped. And all I have, like I said, I haven't pressed anything yet. And I don't unscrew that to get it out because I'm putting the exact same thing in here. So it'll already have the correct tension. Saying the upper thread may not be threaded correctly, but I think it is. Oops. Needle up. I keep wanting to hit the needle up button and I hit the needle threader button. We want to put the batting in here. Sue, I may have seen that 301 online, but I didn't bite. I'm trying not to buy another sewing machine, but I keep looking on Facebook Marketplace like an idiot. And that's only because some of you all don't like sewing on older machines, but I think you all are gonna have to get used to it. I need to not buy another sewing machine. Okay. Okay. So I pulled all of this stuff out. Like I gotta find my stuff now. When I'm machine embroidering, I need a larger trash can than my one from my pincushion. And I don't have it, so I've been just tossing it to the floor. And when I get through with all of them, I'll clean up the mess one time. Right there. All right, so I got this. We want the label on this side. And so I just kind of center it in the hoop. Doesn't have to be perfect. And put some pins in it to hold it so I can make it taut a little bit. I could just lay it in there. Uh-oh, we want to come, uh-oh. You're going to be really close. I'm going to cut it close. I'll just pull it down a little bit. This is really close to the stitching line, which I'm going to trim it anyway before I turn it. I must have had this one just a little shorter, and I go, oh, it'll be fine. So I got to make sure I put the pins in here so that it doesn't pull the pins, hit the pins down there. This one's fine, and this one's fine, because they're all going to get trimmed anyway. So it doesn't matter. Especially the corners are going to get trimmed. Especially the corners. Deborah says that she loves sewing on my baby lock. I think she had the Elagio. That's the baby lock you had. Because this one here, the Elissimo, this one right here, and that Bernina, they both 40 pounds or abouts. And I hate picking them up. That Foff that Lisette sewed on is also 40 pounds. So I don't know if I'm going to be taking that one anywhere either. So I was trying to get a replacement for the Foff machine is what I was trying to do. But I don't know. So I've been looking at Marketplace, trying to get a replacement. I saw one I wanted, and I was trying to knock the lady down because, again, I don't need a sewing machine, and she wouldn't do it. So I was like, I don't need it anyway, so we're not doing that. So, you know, this is the thing I'm learning. Featherweights, your older Bernina records, your old metal sewing machines, that stuff is fine to pay and pay a premium price for, because all the parts are standard parts for the most part, and they can be bought. What I'm finding is if you're buying like electronic sewing machines, they don't have those parts available. They don't even hardly have parts now for the Elissimo. So I don't want to buy something off Facebook Marketplace. You're not really 100% sure if it's going to sew. You're just taking that person's word for it. And then when I get to the service and repair people, they can't get parts. So I'm not trying to pay a premium price for electronic machines that are already over 10 years old. I know that Foffs are, and I think I was looking at a Janome and a Foff. I think I was looking at two. I do know that they are great machines, but I am not trying to buy an old electronic machine that's not like 1950s old, 1960s old, because I'm not trying to spend that much money, and then if I go to the repair place and then I can't. So I've been there, done that, and I'm not doing that anymore. So I did that with the Foff that I have, that I got last year, and then I got it here and it wouldn't sew when I got it home, and it needed a part, and I believe those people knew it needed a part. So I don't want to do that again, because I already know I'm going to have to take it and get it serviced. And I told you all, I didn't even, it sold when I was there. It cut on and I sold. And then when I came home, no, I took it to the dealership first, and then they told me that it had a problem or something. I can't remember now because it's been a year ago. And but yeah, they had to, and it took me like 6 weeks. It took them like 3 to 4 weeks to get the part. So yeah, I'm not trying to do that. So when people, I know you saying you barely used your machine, or you didn't use the embroidery part or whatever, but yeah, but what if I can't get any parts for it? Then it's just a big old paperweight that I'm not trying to keep. I'm not interested in paperweights. So I'm trying not to do that. Oh, Sue says she traded a featherweight for a 301. Oh, that's what she did. That's cool. I am not reading what Sue's saying. She is crazy. What are you looking for, T? I may be able to help. I was trying, because it seems like when I have the list for people to sign up for machines, they only a few people know how and can sew on a featherweight. It just so happens that every time we do have a retreat, somebody does use the featherweight, but they don't ever choose like the other older machines, like the Bernina Record. I have an older Kenmore. They don't choose those machines to sew on, and I think it's because they've never sewed on older machines before. So I was originally trying to get machines that was just a little bit more updated, but I'm not trying to spend a lot of money because, as people have been telling me, I'm too nice. I should be charging more for the rental of the machines because it doesn't even cover the service when I take them in. Okay, I'm just being for real. But, I'm trying to get machines that for people that are traveling in, that they got a machine to sew on. And I would like to get like 2 more recent machines, just sewing machines. They don't have to be embroidery, but I'm trying to make it so that they're not the old machines, because people seem to be afraid of them or something. I don't know. I don't know why, but we may have to start just using them anyway. Because I took extra machines to the place and then, they weren't used. So this year I'm only taking the machines that are requested. I'm not going to take any extra ones. Next year, not this year. This year, this year, next year. Because I have to take all of that stuff. It's a lot of weight. They're down in my basement, so I have to go get them out the basement off the shelving, bring them up steps, and carry them out the house. And then I got to make sure that when I transport them, that they're secure, because even if they're in cases, they still need to be secure. And some of them don't have cases. I do like the machines now. I appreciate the machines now that come in hard cases. I'm like, oh, I really love you. A lot of machines just has a plastic cover like this Juki, and I got to figure out somewhere to put it so that it doesn't get beat up. And even in the cases, I have to, because they'll move around in the cases, so then I have to make sure that I secure them in the cases too. Some of my cases have strap down, some of them do not. So it just depends. Marge says, so true, T. Yeah, I said these people on this Facebook marketplace, I feel like there's a lot more scam publishing as well. So you got to be a little bit more careful now than when we first started. People have gotten hip to the fact that you can sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So I go check out and see how long they've been on Facebook and all that type of stuff. I check them out before I buy anything. I contact them. Oops, I keep forgetting that I got to add a piece of tape. This one little part here, I just cut it down, but, put a little tape there. It might run the tape up, but that'll be okay. I be trying to push it down so that I can get the padding down a little bit, because it just be like, girl, this is fat. What are you doing? Until it gets to the part where it thins out on the zipper pocket. Then it's fine. Claudette got a Bernina 910. I'm glad you went to the 910 series, because I've been hearing them 800s. It was a piece of junk. And she says, I'm not familiar with Bernina. I'm hoping it's in good condition. So, yeah. And always, like, Berninas, I think Bernina, to me, is one of those sewing machines that you have to take in and get serviced on time. And, to me, everybody can't work on a Bernina, because I've had 2 people here in the city working on mine. Well, no, one. It was one person. And he worked at the company that they bought and sold Bernina's. So he should have known. And every time I got my machine, I felt like, the 2 times, I felt like the first time it was like slightly off. The second time it was like really off. The third time I was like, I'm not taking it to him. I took it to this other guy last year. He fixed everything. It's so imperfect. I need to go in for a service. But he's 2.5 hours away, and I haven't had time since retreat to do that. So I haven't taken my machine in for service, but I'm going to call at some point. I got Houston coming up. So next week, I'll start signing books. And then I also have a hair appointment. And then it's something else next week. And then I go to Houston the following week. So I'm going to be busy again. And so I don't know when to call. And I got to take my car into the shop. My horn's not working on the car. Crazy, isn't it? And I done my research on that too. And it's stupid how they design that. Whoever designed that need to be shot in the head, for real. Claudette says, I may be dating myself, but I grew up using Kenmore. They are great. Right. That was my very first machine, was a Kenmore. I'm telling you, that was the best thing I ever had. The only reason I moved from the Kenmore, it just don't have the features of needle up and down, that particular Kenmore. And it hardly ever had to go to the shop. I think I took it in because I felt guilty when Sears was closing the service center. I took it in and got it serviced, but I never had to take it in for anything. But the only thing is, I let my daughter use it, and it came back without the reverse lever, so it has no reverse. But for quilting, it's mostly fine for piecing. It's only when you want to reverse sew that it's a problem. But I don't even use that machine. That machine's in my garage. I don't even use it. It's just sitting in the garage. But I do have another Kenmore that I purchased for people to rent and use. So, but yeah, I love my Kenmore when I used it. Shelly So says she loves her old machines. Not much that goes wrong with them. Exactly. They're true workhorses, for real. Exactly. Uh-oh. Oh, I did cut this one that time. So it wasn't a problem because I cut it. All right. So that's 2. I got 2 more of these to do. And then I will, be with I don't know if I'm going to stay up late tonight because I've been having some doozies. And then just start tomorrow fresh with all the stuff I need to do for myself. 2. Start tomorrow. Trying to put these in the order of how they're going to be used. Uh-oh. It came off my... It didn't go inside. Try this again. I need to put this in at the top first. I don't know why this one's giving me a hard time. All right, we got everything in the hoop this time. My triangles are not matching up. There they go. Yep. 2 more. I'm probably going to run out of color bobbin thread, but I don't think I need it anymore. I think it's just in here. Just being in here because it's already in there. Uh-oh, I keep doing that. I want to put the this part in so we can stitch it down. I cut it a little bit big, so all I got to do is just center it in the hoop. I got to trim it anyway. So, but I want to stitch my batting down instead of using the placement stitch and then having to repeat it, because I just go ahead and lay it in there, get it out the way. I'm just stretching the batting a little bit. That's why my hand's out here, just to make sure it doesn't pucker, because batting grows on you. Yay! Now I get to center this. I got a string right here. Let's see. I love my old machines, not that much go wrong with them. Minnie says she's talking to Tracy, so I stopped reading. I have a good luck bidding. Oh, I didn't know you could buy from Goodwill online. I didn't know that. But, you know, I'm not the person that would go to Goodwill. It's like every once in a while I would go to inside the Goodwill, and that's probably why the Goodwill buy me clothes, because they got a Goodwill online. Because I used to just go in there when I went to the Dollar Tree just to walk around, but the Goodwill closed there. So I'm not going out of my way to go, but that's good to know that they have an online. All right, turn it around, approximately center because it's not critical, and approximately centered here. That's good, and then we just pin it to hold it down. And let that run. Doesn't take long to do step number 2. Marge is asking, do I like my Bernina 700 series? I love it. You just got to get the right person to work on it. I love the big bobbin. I love, the only thing that I think Bernina need to quit saying is that it has automatic threader, because that's manual. The Baby Lock Elissimo has automatic needle threading. I hit a button and it does all the work. I shouldn't have to push anything down. To me, long as I got to push something down, whether it does it or not, to me, if I got to do some work, it ain't automatic. But other than that, I love it. At one point, there were some little quirky things. I think one thing I don't like about Bernina as a brand is that they try to rename everything. Oh my gosh, this got kicked. They try to rename everything. I wasn't paying attention. It might have hit the pen. I put the pen pretty close. And so it can be confusing to me. I've done embroidery on a Baby Lock, Bernina, a Foff, and I think Brother is very similar to Baby Lock because they're very similar sewing machines. Bernina is the worst. It's the hardest. Now, somebody says Janome is hard too. I have not done Janome. I've been looking to get that a machine, a Janome embroidery machine, just so that I could test it, so you guys would know. But in my opinion, that Bernina is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I gotta go back further. I wasn't paying attention. I released one part and then another piece puckered up. I'm going to put this back in here and repeat this step. I just had the pen in the wrong place and it just slightly taps something and then it knocks the whole thing off. So I had no idea. I'm just taking out like every 3 threads or so, taking the stitch out, and now I'm on a seam. All right, so every about 3 spaces, and then I'm hoping that it'll just pop right up. It's a whole bottom almost. It done the corner on one side, but not the other side. And maybe I hit it when I put it in there too. Use my little seam ripper to get it up if I need to. Okay. So yeah. Oh, it's really close to the bottom too. That's the other thing. It's really close. So I'm going to have to pay attention when I put this back in here. And I could have put it in there and hit the pen and knocked it out of whack. I almost think that's what I did. When I put it on there, I didn't help it either. It's very close on this one for some. You know, like I said, all of these were pieced from scrap, so they're kind of different sizes, just long as it was big enough. I'm going to put this pen this way because it won't touch it that way. And we're going to close this and we're going to go here and say minus 100 stitches. Minus 100 stitches. Oh my gosh, it's not even stitching on the line. Wait a minute. Minus 100. Wait a minute. Plus 100. Oh, it's on the line. Yeah, we'll just start it right there. Stop it. Cut the thread. Okay, close that, and then we want to just go to our next color with a +1. Oops, and I don't even have to take that out because it's just going to print the placement line for this. This one's really cute. I think I want this one. I got the one with the flying geese on it, but you all can't see it because I don't have it trimmed to flip it. But I like this one. These old bright stripes that Tula made. Look like you should be out doing construction work. It's really pretty, but I'll leave it in there. Give people something pretty to purchase. And I stopped reading too. And it's almost 8 o'clock. My mother had I don't even know what a Ricard machine is. For years, it made costumes, everything. It was in the wooden folded top cabinet. She kept it right in the corner of the kitchen. And I'm wondering, my grandmother had an off-brand machine, and I think that they're like Singer clones. That's what I think they are. Because I got a machine that's got a real name. I believe you either had a Kenmore or a White at the beginning. I don't know who she's talking to, me or not. That's Liz. I had a Kenmore when I first started quilting. I've never had a White sewing machine, the brand White. I've never had that. Not me. I've never used it. Just like to hold this down so it don't move. I'm putting on my label, my Teaquilts label. I'm doing it in the hoop. I've computerized it too. I just need to get it started so I can get it going. And then I don't have to stitch that over here either, and it's already done. So I don't have to be worrying about that. All right, so let's take all these pins out and put them right back in here We're gonna pin at the top, and I want to cut some of this extra fabric off just so my needle don't get stuck in it at the end. When I redid their program, they do have one more step so that it doesn't go to the center. Apparently, I forgot to leave that step in, so, but it's okay. I've only made, like I said, I don't know. I've made a lot of these things. So, I guess I'm used to it all getting rigged up, I guess. I'm going to put the pins in on the side, maybe, here. See if that's a better position. This one this way. The pin is not hanging under where the foot can get it. I'm going to change how I'm putting in pins. And the funny thing is I put the butterfly fabric in this one on the front as an afterthought. And it's going to get cut out. It's just like, it'll be a little bit of it in here, but you won't even know it's the butterfly fabric. It's just orange. But yeah, I do like the butterfly fabric. It's very pretty. I'm making it now so that it won't hit any of these pin heads. Yes, I know we're over time. My brother probably going crazy down there, and I ain't even down at the bottom of the chat. But I'm going to sit here. You all can leave if you like. But I'm going to sit here and get this last one done. So that I can just get this off this part off my to-do list. And then I don't have to sew anymore. Because I have not sewed. I've made the Tula thing. So I did sew since Saturday. But I haven't been in here since Sunday, because I did all that sewing on Sunday, where I finished off the cardinal ones, because they only had part 1. I had 8 things. I had done part 1 on like maybe 4 or 5, and then I did the remaining 3. Then Sunday I came back and finished putting them together, so I had to do all the trimming, put them together, trim them again, and then flip them. And so that was Sunday. I haven't sewed since Sunday. I've been working on the quilt show stuff, contacting people that I needed to contact, things like that. So I'm just, I be a nervous wreck until everything gets done. This isn't stitching. It stopped. Did I run out of bobbin? That's the other thing. I find it doesn't let me know when it runs out of bobbin on rayon thread. So let me look and see, because it's not stitching. I see 2 thread ends, so it's at the bottom of it, so it's tired. It's tired. And I really don't necessarily have to have, because I'm just doing construction. The front part will, I see a string in here. Like, I didn't even know this was in here. Let's get that out. See a string, okay. Now, if I wasn't talking to you guys, I would have had these 4 done in an hour. But, you know, I had to do some announcements, talk to you guys, read the chat. And I'm still going to read the chat. Let's go back. Then +1. Back a color +1 to get it back to the start position. And then, you're not in the right spot. Okay. You are not in the right spot. I'm going to cut this off and cut it back on. It is not in the right spot. You're not fooling me. Mess up my project. Make me cry. Not today. We'll recalibrate the arm. And say okay to recall my pattern. And now let's see if it pulls it up. Okay, so I gotta reset it back to how, well, they kept everything. I'm surprised. And I'm at the correct stitch. Impressed. Because I don't do that often to remember what it does. So let's do my +1. And it's in the right spot. Recalibration works. It was trying to mess with me. It would have created a mess if I didn't notice. Press this part down, it's going under tape. Yes, 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 yes. Question, how do you lose a reverse lever? It's broken. And the funny thing is, you know, we're quilters. It's just broken completely off. Like it's down here in front of the machine, but it's so weird. It's like, I didn't even know it was missing because I haven't sewed on that machine since I have given it to my daughter when she moved. And I hadn't sewed on it in, I don't know, 20 years or more. So I saw something look strange, but then I went and hit it, and it's just propped up in there, sort of, kind of. It's holding on, but it ain't operating. So I tried to see if I could, you know, because it's old, and I can't find a replacement part for it. So that's the only thing. But it's there, barely hanging on. I probably pulled it off knowing me, and then I put it in the garage because I'm like, when I realized I wasn't going to be able to find a part, I go, I don't have time for this. But I do love that machine. It has decorative stitches. It was my first machine I purchased in 1986. So I'm sure it's a 1980s baby. It was made in 1980s. But yeah, but I still have it, and I know it will work if I just, you know, those machines, we had to oil a lot of places on the older machines. I just need to oil, but I have never even used it. I used it when I got it back from her. I made some bags on it when I was doing those toiletry bags that open up. I don't forget what they call that particular style of bag, but I was using it when I made those bags. Because I had just gotten it back from my daughter because she was finna move and threw it away. I'm like, girl, you got me messed up. Throw my machine away. And it's been sitting in the garage because then I didn't even have a place to store machines. I didn't have shelving to store machines. And so I just took it and stuck it in the garage, and it's still in the garage because I have no extra space in the house. And technically that machine could be used if I got all the parts back. I can't remember. I remember sewing on it, so I'm going to assume that I have the 1/4-inch foot and all of that type of stuff because I was sewing on it. I remember making some bags on it. So yeah. Over there, and then we have one more. I'm gonna do that. If you all don't want to stay, I understand. I'm just here using you all as company while I'm in this room, because as soon as I walk out of this room, I'm going to be going to sort figuring out what I'm selling and trying to get prices on things. So I know I need to get this sewing done, so at least it's sewed, and I'll be ready for the next part. Here we go again. Put this batting in the frame. Don't forget this time. Pull my thread a little so that it doesn't come out. And start over. Last one. Let me read more questions. Jacqueline says, greetings. All got home late. Hey, Jacqueline. That's Jacqueline Mason. Michelle says, I'm weary of the Facebook marketplace these days. Yes, yes. I used to have so much fun on the marketplace, and I've been finding scammers are using it now. And the way that you know that they're scammers is you'll have somebody that just joined Facebook in 2025, and then they're trying to sell, because I've been looking for RVs and trailers, and it's a number of things that I'm looking for. And then they'll have that one item, and then they'll post it like 30,000 times. It seems like it's at least 30 plus. I've seen up to 100 postings of just one item. I'm like, there is no way that you got a used trailer and got this many of them and selling it for that cheap. So no, you are a scam artist. And then they try to use, like, so they know they're posting it, and so then they'll post, each one has a different location. So that it falls, like when I'm searching for it and I do local, then it'll come up under my local. But you can't have the same used trailer that many times. It makes no sense. So yeah. And Claudette has a vintage white. Remo is reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Oh, so they used to have the machines. My friend got, her husband was in Goodwill and bought one. So I guess he got such a great deal on it that they stopped selling them in the store. And that was about like maybe 6 years ago, within the past 6 years. Marge says, I bought my featherweight from Goodwill online. Diane McCoy is here saying good night. Good night, Diane. Thank you so much. I have a friend who buys sewing machines on Goodwill online. Her problem is the delivery guys. Oh my gosh. Does the 700 series have an embroidery unit? Yes, you can. The way that Bernina and most of your lines, you can buy just the sewing machine, or you can buy the embroidery unit. And then if you buy them both together, they kind of lump them together and give you some kind of a discount or a whole lot of free items. It just depends on what their specials are at that time. But yes, it does have an embroidery unit. I pull it out every now and then, and it mostly is like never. I probably embroidered on the Bernina twice. Yeah, it's just unnecessary, the steps I have to do. It's just ridiculous. I don't think Janome embroidery is hard. My Memory Craft 9850 Special Edition has a lot of features and is USB accessible. Yeah, and I have USB accessible over here. I can also hook up, on this one, I can also hook up USB to my laptop and pull straight from there if I wanted to too. I just don't do that. I could also, on my Baby Lock Elagio, it's an embroidery machine, but since I got the Bernina and this one, I then retired it because it uses 3.5 floppy disk. Yeah, I have a lot of floppy disks. I'm still able to use it. I have a floppy disk reader, so I can get them from my computer to the floppy disk, and I can use it. And that's the other thing when you're buying used machines online and they saying it comes with embroidery, make sure that it's not a card reader, because that's a whole nother ball game. So you definitely don't want to buy anything that needs a card reader. And I got the FOF Creative 5.0, and it does USB, and I think I can also hook it up to my laptop. So I do have technically 3 embroidery machines, because I've got the Baby Lock Elagio. I got 4 embroidery machines: Baby Lock Elagio, Baby Lock Elissimo, the Bernina, which I'll never do. I would never make that my first choice. And then the FOF. Now, I'd say the FOF is in between the Bernina. I think this Baby Lock and probably Brother, like I said, I don't have a Brother embroidery machine. I think Brother and Baby Lock to me are the same machine, different covers. It's kind of like when they came out with the VCR, only one person really made it, and then they put Philips and Insignia and whoever else wanted to get their name on the front. You could put your Panasonic, you can put your name on the front. Okay, that's how I feel like that happened. And so that's what I feel is this. So I feel like baby lock probably is just as easy as this brother is probably just as easy as this baby lock. So to me, that is the easiest machine to get up and running to embroidery. They have icons, they have words telling you what those icons mean. Bernina has icons. I don't think they have the words telling you what it means. Foff has some words. You just got to get used to what the words are and what they do, because they word things a little bit different, but not everything. Like Bernina, everything is labeled different. So that's what I think. But who am I? I did not make a sewing machine. Oh my goodness. When I have them a little bit bigger, I try to slide them over so that I'm trying to make sure now that I get a lot more of this purple in here, since purple is also on the pocket here. So I'm trying to get more of the purple. So I will center it top to bottom, but then left to right may not be centered, because I'm trying to get more of one than the other. So I'm still sliding over. Because I'm going to end up cutting the seam allowance down to like 1/8 of an inch. So even though I have to, you know, I need it a little bigger to sew, I don't need it in the end. So I'm trying to make sure I get some of it in the stitching so it shows up. And it doesn't look like I used, you know, this was a scrap strip that I had left over from piecing on my Happy Place quilt, and I don't need it anymore. So it wasn't like a scrap, but you know, it was a scrap. I could have put it into my strips container, but I ended up using it here to highlight this fabric. So I wanted to do that. All right, let's get this one stitched down. Oh, I forgot about my pins again. All right. All right. It looks funny because I pulled it over. I'm like looking at my screen like, oh, you're in the right place. Yes, you're in the right place. It's because I pulled my fabric over. It's in the right place. I'm going to trust you. I want more of the purple on the left, or I want some of it, because if I centered it, it wouldn't be much of it at all in there. And I want more. There you go. Yes. Yes, looks good. Exactly what I wanted. I don't know. I'm thinking about selling these maybe for 30 bucks. I don't know. 35 bucks. I did a lot of work. It's a lot of pieces. And I changed the pattern to make it more sturdy. So it has a lot of underlying support. I put interfacing in the card pockets, which is not part of the original pattern, because I just hate a piece of fabric folded in half. And I used iron-on interfacing as well so that it was stuck to the fabric. So I don't know, I'm thinking 30 or 35. I'm not sure yet. Put the label in. My designer tag. I haven't even gotten to the bottom, y'all. I'm gonna have to stop and read. Hold on, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna stay on here when I finish. I'm gonna read all the comments. I'm gonna read all the comments. I'm not gonna remember what you're referring to because it's gonna be a while, but I'm gonna read all the comments. So stay with me. And I'm gonna, because I want to get this, if I get this ran, it goes twice, then I can read the comments. I'm done. How did I lose a pen? Huh. And it's scary because I got these from my long arm pens, like the corsage pens. They're thick. I don't want to put my foot into one of those. I just got another one out the pin cushion that just fell on the floor. Where is my foot not down? My foot came up. And I don't know which way it come down until I can pull it off. I have to deal with that later. Okay. One pen right here. That's something else that's trying to take my time. Nobody got time for that. I will read the chat, but let me get this on here because this is my last stitch. It'll stitch around this twice. Okay. Take this. Oh, I want to pin this way because I didn't pin it right last time. Take that pin out. That pin out. It looks so funny when I don't center it because I was trying to save, trying to use a particular part of the fabric. This one's cute too, with the fabric going around 3 sides. It's cute. So I'll take these after the live, take these back to my long arm and square everything up. And then when I'm just taking a break, chilling in bed, I can flip them out at that point. But I've got things to do. Piece of tape. And say start. I'm sitting here with shoes off and I've lost 2 corsage pins because I lost one before I went live too. Yeah. Oh, Goodwill delivery broke a machine. I took pictures and they refunded the purchase price, so that's cool. Linda says, hi again. Yes, take your time. I'm in no rush. I know you're extremely busy. I asked about it when I purchased the Africa map. When you receive it, let me know and I will sell you. Thanks. Did you get your Africa map pattern? I must have really missed that up. I remember I ordered one for somebody that told me to order, and then it wasn't you. It wasn't New York. And then after they told me they wanted it and I ordered it from the chat, and then they told me they didn't want it, so I'm like, send me emails. Because I want things to get mixed up, and then I've got a pattern I can't use, and I can't even remember what state it is now. It's probably sitting in one of the boxes of stuff that I have to left over or something. I don't know. I don't have time for that. So I always tell people to do it, and I just might have missed it, so I'm sorry, Linda. Claudette says she has a Janome 550E. It's okay. The problem is you can only use 16 GB or less when reading the USB. The biggest hoop is 7.9 by 14.2. I think that's probably the hoop that I have, or maybe 10 by 14. I can't remember. But I think most embroidery machines want you to use like 2 GB USB or less. So if you've got 16 GB, that's kind of, that to me, embroidery files don't take a lot of space. And I only have on here what I'm currently working on, and then I delete off because I got my files stored somewhere else. So I don't need, and then I back them up too. I got my files on 2 external hard drives. And so I back them up. And then so on here, on my USB, which you can't see because it is, but on my USB, I use a small 1 or 2 gigabyte USB. And I just have on there the stuff that I'm doing or want to do. And the Stripe wallet stays on because it, for some reason, as you all see, it keeps coming up again and again and again. So yeah, so I don't store on my USBs. I store on external hard drives, and then I only put on here, like when I make my labels and stuff, I don't have all of those labels here. They're stored on my computer, on my external hard drive that's connected to my computer. And then I just take them off of here because I don't want all those extra files. I don't want to go through the whole list of all of that. So when I pull up my USB drive, I probably got 5 screens of files because 4 of them are folders, and then the other ones are the files that I put on here that I'm using. So that's all I have. I don't want to go through all of that. I had a surge about a white company. That was Bernina. 16 gigabyte is big. That's a lot of storage, because on my external hard drive it takes 1 terabyte and it barely look like anything is on there, and I've got millions of embroidery designs. By the time you get, you know, like I buy from Anita Good Design, and then they have all the different formats, because I used to just put PES on my machine. Now I put all the format because I got all these different machines now. And now I do realize, even though they don't tell us this, PES will run on the FOF, but that's not the version that they want you to run. So you just, but it will run on the PES, will run on the FOF, the Bernina, and this Baby Lock. But you have better stitch out using the brand that they tell you to use, especially if you're doing something. I'm doing mostly in the hoop projects or labels, but if you're doing something that's like heavily dense with embroidery designs that's going to take you 4 hours to stitch out, then I would recommend you use the correct version. But me, I can get away. I do some flowers and things like that. It's okay. Bernina 910 is the vintage that is the predecessor to the Bernina 930 record. So yeah. I haven't seen a well, I don't know. My friend has an old Bernina, and I'm not sure. I know she's got a Bernina record. I don't know what her other Bernina is. That's Norma in the So Busy Guild. She uses a lot of vintage Berninas. See Joy saying, good night, everyone. Good luck with all you have to complete, Miss T. Thank you. I did get, I cannot find my fabric for the jacket. So I finished the jacket with some ugly fabric that I'm going to end up taking off. I'll show it to you all too, either at the quilt show or something. I'm sure you all will see something of the quilt show. So I am going to take that off whenever I come across the fabric for this jacket, because I'm using Allison Glass fabrics, but I can't find the fabrics. And my thing was, I did 4 out of 6 projects I put into that quilt show, and 4 of them were not done. 4 of the 6 were not done. So I had to get the jacket done. I didn't put pockets on it. It does get pockets. I'm just entering the jacket as is. I'm not even putting a label on it. I'm just gonna take an index card or something and just pin it on there with, this is Teajuana's jacket or whatever, you know, because I don't even know the name of the jacket. So yeah. But I have to do all of that. And Sue is reminding you all to get a start on your signature block. So yes, Linda Denton says I'm late, but you're still here. Yeah, I've been on here. I've been talking and getting my project completed. I think it's got one more run and then it's done. So let's do that. And then I'm getting off of here and go eat. T, have you used the magnetic hoops for embroidery? I did use I don't forget what they're called, but I got them from Dime Embroidery, which I don't forget their YouTube channel, but they've been sold now to Bernina. And Bernina has now redone those. I had that for my Baby Lock Elagio. I'm sure it would work over here on some of the hoops. But I never did get it for any other machines, and I didn't really use them a whole lot. But I did have, I probably still got it. I'm wondering if it's one in here. I got 2 drawers of embroidery stuff here, and I can't tell if it's here or not. So I don't know, but I had one. Can't remember if it fit the 5x7 frame or whatever. And I think when I did the one, when I bought it, because it's been a long time ago, I think it did decrease the amount of space that I could use because of the magnetic had to attach somewhere too. So, yeah. But I have used it. I do like the hooping part of it. If I was doing like t-shirts or something, I would be a little nervous, but I think now, at one point we were scared to use magnets with computerized machines because we really didn't know what they were going to do. And they've since determined that magnets is not going to do anything to our machine. So they think it's okay. So I don't think it's as pertinent as it used to be. That's the last one. I'm just going to get this machine ready to cut off. I got to park it. Okay, and then just cut that off. I got a pen up here, so maybe I put the pen on the wrong side and I didn't lose it. I'm hoping I don't have 2 loose pens. I know I got one. All right, so we're all done with the machine stitching, so I need to trim now. So I'll be taking all of this to the cut station. I try to get everything at the same level that I can work with. I was trying to sell my mom's couch on Marketplace, and all these strange people from Europe tried to scam her into paying them. That is funny. Saying they sent me money with an email that looked exactly like Bank of America logo email, then accusing me of stealing money from them. That was too funny. Yeah. I had a friend that tried to buy a puppy and they refused cash and an in-person sale. Yeah. I've had people, no, it was somebody in the Teaquilts chat. I know who it is. I'm not going to say their name, but it was somebody because it's been years ago. And they were buying one of those poodle, pretty little poodle, I forget what you call them. And that's mixed with the Shih Tzu. Yeah, and they had them send Target gift cards, and they sent them. I'm like, at first you got to help yourself, because if somebody is not taking money and want Target gift cards, something's wrong already. Because who don't want money? Who wants a gift card over money? Give me money if that's the case. You know, if you're giving me a choice. Now, I do love gift cards because my daughter laughs at me. I get a lot of gift cards. And then it'd be like 2 and 3 years later that I'm like, oh, I forgot I got this gift card. I got a Subway gift card for $10. I need to just go in Subway and go buy lunch one day. But I don't hardly ever eat out since COVID. And so it's hard for me to use them. But I do eat at like Panera and Chick-fil-A if I'm out, because those are 2 of the restaurants that the food has not changed and your quantity has not decreased, whereas they may have increased in price, but they haven't decreased the quantity of what you're getting. You know, you go some places and you order what you used to order and look like a kid meal. So, but yeah, but I have a hard time using them now if it's not those 2 places, because I'll eat that. I'll eat Qdoba because I'll get a salad, things like that. But I have not eaten out as much since COVID. I don't eat at all the places like we used to since COVID. And I have to watch my husband who watching this. Because he trying to go back to eating out, and he don't need to be eating out. Gloria Hawkins is here. Hello. That's a great idea because the more you add, the more time it takes to read. That was Claudette. I don't remember what that's in regard to. Like I said, I was over here sewing and I don't remember what that comment's for. Good night, Ray. He's got to work in the morning. Good night, Michelle. Tinanya says, wish I could have the energy you have to complete all of my projects. Girl, that was stress because I just put those projects in officially the end of August. And they all been just sitting. And since August, I have gotten 4 projects completed. I quilted a piece, finished piece in the Africa map, and quilting and finishing it, putting the binding on a large bed-size quilt, and the jacket. That was my 4 things. The jacket pieces, I had quilted piece fabric. I had already quilted it. And so I just had to cut everything out. And then I didn't add the pockets because the pockets are made. I don't know where the fabric is. I have checked every box that I would normally put my fabric in. So I have put it in a special place. And I got to come back across the special place so that I can finish my jacket. So after the quilt show, I'm going to take all the binding. I got binding on the inside I don't care about. But the binding that's on the outside and then around the bottom, I'm going to take all of that off because I have the fabric already to do that with that matches the jacket. So I just put something on there just to say it's finished so there is no raw edges at the show. And then I'll come get it back, finish whatever I need to do because I think I still got to quilt the pockets on the, I don't think the pockets are quilted. I need to do that. And then I'm going to make a matching bag, tote bag to go with it as well. So that's what I plan on doing, but it's done for the show. I have a magnetic hoop on my Bernina. I have the largest one they have. And Bernina is now, has remodeled the, because they didn't give the specs for their embroidery machine, so it's not perfect. And so Bernina now has it where it's perfect, Sheila. I don't know when you bought it, if you bought it this year or not, like recently. Oh, okay, yes. Okay, so Claudette was telling me that her comment was in regard to the space on a USB for embroidery. Yeah, I don't want to flip through a whole lot of files when I get to the embroidery machine. I just have on my USB what I'm going to be working on, my next projects or things I want to work on. They're kind of reminder, like ticklers that I want to do that. Otherwise, and they're in folders so that I'm not looking at all of that. So when I put my USB in, you can hit the down button and go from folder 1 to folder 2, folder 3. What I do is I hit the up button and take me to the back so that I can get my label because it's at the end because my first 4 folders are file folders with things that I want to do. Or like my striped wallet is in a folder, but it starts with an S because it's striped wallet. So all I do is hit the up button twice and it takes me to the 4th screen, which is where my folder is for that instead of me going down to 4. So, but yeah. Hi, Lana. I got your pattern, girl. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. They do not have Baltimore. They just had Maryland. They do not have any cities at all. I went to her website and ordered for you. So I do have your pattern from Maryland. Francis says, good night. Good night, Francis. And Remo's reminding you all to go ahead and hit the thumbs up on your way out because we are about to end, guys. I thank you all for coming. Again, I will hopefully get back to standard Teaquilts business hopefully next week after this quilt show. We do have on Monday, I have to go take down the display from the threads that bind, so I have that. And then we have one more, the official opening at the St. Louis Film Festival. We have to do that. And we got to pay to attend, y'all. So we have to pay for that. So yeah. Sheila says, it worked fine, not buying another one that is $200, not spending any more as long as that was $200. Yeah, because they are expensive. The magnetic hoops are expensive. Now, I've been Google, for those that are interested in magnetic hoops and you don't have them, why don't you try Googling magnetic hoop with your sewing machine brand on YouTube? Because I've been seeing some people talking about off-brand embroidery hoops that are cheaper, and some of them are really working on some machines. So you might want to investigate that because it would be cheaper. I think some of them have come from Temu, stuff like that. But they've been working very well in the people machines. It's $12 and probably $6 for shipping, something like that. So because I ship it as a package instead of shipping it as an envelope for business like media or anything like that, because they lose it. They don't care. When it's a package, it's insured, and so then they tend to handle those a lot faster. So it'll be $18, Lana. But yeah, so we're gonna end here. I'm gonna go get me something to eat for my second meal of the day. I didn't eat the first meal until after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's just how it's been for the past couple of weeks. And then I've normally only been getting 2 meals in a day because it's been too late for me to eat. But yeah, so I'm gonna go fix me something to eat, and then thank you, Lana. And then I am gonna probably go chill because I've had a long day. I did all gill work today. A lot of typing, a lot of for signage. I've been doing show signage, all the different spots that we have. And so I am tired, trying to make sure that I got everybody. I probably will get there and somebody is going to say, do you have a sign for me? And the answer is going to be no. But I tried to look at all the things that were on my agenda to-do list. I think I have everything done. It's just a matter now of D-Day, and it's going to be a lot of work on D-Day. So I'm trying to get my stuff now sorted, packed, what I'm taking. Kevin is helping with that, but I still got to do some printing for my own company because I got to make labels for the fat quarter bundles. I got to make sure I got strip string to tie them when we get there. And it's a lot. It's details. And any other thing that I'm selling, make sure that I have prices on it. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much. I don't know if I'm coming live Saturday. If I do, it'll be just for a few minutes to give you all a recap or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I will see you all then. You all stay blessed. Be safe, everyone, and quilt out. Bye.